I honestly don't know what shakes the energy up more, new moons or full moons. They're kind of like the same because I feel like new moons are fresh starts and they kind of give us hope, and then full moons is like ending of an era and starting again and ending and starting again, you know? And on May 27th, the new moon in Gemini will be starting again and really making us look at our thought processes and the way that we communicate with other people, the way that we understand other people at the same time. It definitely depends on what house you have Gemini in. For me, it's in my 8th house of intimacy, taboo, shared resources. So the moon in Gemini is not always fun for me, but I think that the new moon is going to teach us how to adapt to change, and that's always important. So yeah, during that day, it would also be conjunct to the sun. New moons are usually conjunct to the sun, so this is a really good time to reset our relationship goals and think about the things that are making us unhappy when it comes to expressing our identity, and really just getting better perspective on the things in your life, whether in your personal life or your professional life. The moon will also be conjunct to Mercury, which will make us a little bit more sensitive, so be careful with communicating. I'm not going to say that everybody is just going to be super sensitive and emotional when you're talking to them, but just realize that you also may be projecting or reading the room wrong. So it's very important to realize that our emotions can sometimes cloud our judgment when it comes to communicating with other people. The new moon will also be conjunct to Uranus, so we'll have a really deep-seated need to express our individuality and show how we're unique. At the same time, it's really important that we don't try to overthink things, because Uranus here can bring up unexpected feelings. And at the same time, we should expect the unexpected when it comes to familial relationships. There may be random disagreements that come up, so just be careful with that as well, because emotions will be high right now, and with Uranus there, you really don't know what you're going to get. On the other hand, the new moon will also be sextile to Neptune, so our imaginations are going to be super high, and I think this will be important for creative work, but I think with Neptune sextile to the moon, we may be a little bit delusional when it comes to our emotions, so not, like I said, read the room, understand that we also may be projecting, and not everything is what it seems. But if you want to write about it, if you want to make some art about it, that's like the perfect way to go about it, instead of like confronting people when your emotions are super high. So yes, good for the imagination and creativity, but maybe don't try to confront people today. Yeah. The new moon will also be trine to Pluto, so again, increased sensitivity doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to be emotional because of this aspect, but just very sensitive to the needs of yourself and other people. At the same time, this is actually kind of a good thing for our personal relationships, because we're willing to dig beneath the surface, express ourselves properly, and let people know what we're feeling. And when we open up with other people, this only increases our intimacy with them. So this will be good, but at the same time, we may experience some possessive or obsessive thoughts, and this can lead to our emotions again being a little bit high. But just realize that not everything is what it seems. Like I said, this new moon energy is super chaotic. We got a lot of Gemini energy going on today, so just realize that, it's okay to take some time and think about how you feel before expressing it, and this may be a really good time to just lock yourself in your room, read a book, journal, paint, dance, sing, be creative. I think that's like the best way to go about dealing with new moons, and manifest some positive energy for the next month or so.